now on, so we don't have that problem. But she's also super busy, so she'll probably show up right at 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Welcome to the Transformational Panel Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Sharmin, and my sister host is here with me, Mitzy. And customarily, before we begin our podcast, we invite you to join us in a brief grounding and centering exercise. Just taking deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth so that we can become one and be centered and be grounded. And take another deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, let go of the tensions, the stress, the things that didn't go right today. Just let it go on your exhales. In and out, in and out. Let go of the things that you need to do after the podcast. And just be present with us for the next 30 minutes. And just take another deep breath in and feel that breath. And as you exhale, join us back into the room. And we want to thank you for joining us for that brief grounding exercise. And we have a very special guest with us today. And I would hand it over to Mitzy to introduce our guest.
Great. Very excited because we have a longtime business associate and friend of mine, Gloria McDonald, and she is an absolute dynamo. We met many years ago when I was running a division of eWomen Network, and we met, I think that's where we met originally, and she at that time was running a matchmaking business. And then she made some changes in her life, and she really focuses now on helping men and women build multiple streams of income and save a ton of money. And I've been working with her on her team. And honestly, you couldn't ask for a better leader and dynamo and visionary who thinks outside the box, but helps everybody stay on track. So Gloria, can you tell us a little bit more about your background and sort of what brought you to where you are? And then let's dig in and find out how you help people transform their lives.
Yes, well, thank you, first of all, so much, Mitzy and Sharmin, for having me here today. And thank you for that grounding exercise, Sharmin. That was amazing. And I was thinking about it, Mitzy, and I think it's like 21 years ago that we met. That's crazy to me that it's that long ago, but wow, yeah. Because that was back when I had my matchmaking business. But things have changed since then a lot. So I have been in the network/affiliate marketing world. Well, the affiliate marketing world didn't exist 45 years ago when I started in network marketing, but I started in network marketing 45 years ago. And throughout those 45 years, I've always had a finger in the pie. And when I lost my matchmaking business, I had to reinvent myself, and I was 56 years old at the time. And, I lost every dime of retirement savings I had. My amazing, amazing supportive husband had to cash in all of his retirement savings as well. And it was tough. It was probably one of the single most difficult times in my life that I went through, losing really everything. I mean, we had to sell our home. We had to sell one car. We came razor close to having to declare bankruptcy. Fortunately, we didn't. And I reinvented myself, and I decided to go back full time into network marketing, which I'd never been full time in network marketing. I'd always had a corporate job or my matchmaking business. But at the age of 56, no one was going to hire me. That was darn sure, right? And I'd been out of the workforce for about 14 years, I think. So, there was no job to be had that was going to pay the bills, and sustain the life that we were used to. So I reinvented myself. I got back into network marketing, and then the thing that really shifted everything for me was learning how to build my business online. And from there, I became not just a network marketer, but also an affiliate marketer. And of course, these days, the lines between network and affiliate marketing have blurred so much. And I'm so grateful, so outrageously grateful for all the experiences I've had, even that incredibly challenging, difficult experience of losing my matchmaking business, which was a multiple seven-figure business. I mean, it was a great business. It was a booming business. And through a whole series of events, through people posting some bad reviews online, that's really what happened. I lost my whole business overnight. And you know what? It was challenging, but I learned so much, and I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't had that experience. And so despite the fact that it wasn't fun, I'm incredibly, incredibly grateful for all of my experiences in my life that have led me to where I am today. And I'm just passionate, really, really passionate about helping people not spend more than they need to. So save money and then make money. And I absolutely believe in multiple streams of passive and residual income. You know, gone are the days when, like, maybe our parents or grandparents, where you got a job, you stayed at the job for 35, 45 years, you retired, and you had a pension, and, you know, you lived happily ever after. Well, those days are gone, absolutely gone. And I think we've seen so much change in the last 5, 6, 7 years that we know we can't put all our eggs in one basket. You just can't do that. It's just not smart. If you look at the wealthiest people in the world, they don't have all their eggs in one basket. They're diversified. They're diversified in their investments. They're diversified in their businesses. I always look at Warren Buffett and think, you know, how many businesses does Warren Buffett own part of or all of? Tons, right? And across a bunch of different industries. He's diversified. And I think we could all agree that Warren Buffett knows just a wee little snitch a bit more about business and finance than we do. He certainly knows a whole lot more than I do. So, so that's what I'm passionate about.
Awesome. Awesome. Can you maybe sort of talk a little bit about some of the things that you are currently focusing in and helping people make those transformations, and also maybe touch on some of the things that you've tried in the past that didn't work? Because I think there's great value in people learning from what didn't work as well as what does work.
Absolutely. And any entrepreneur who has been successful, and obviously the ones who haven't been successful, but any entrepreneur who has been successful have had things that have been complete and total flops. Every single one. I mean, going back to Warren Buffett has had businesses that, you know, went out of business, that didn't work, or that didn't, you know, weren't as profitable as hoped, right? So, as you know well, I've been involved in a variety of startups, and startups are challenging, right? There are no guarantees, and I forget what the statistics are, but it's the failure rate of startups in North America is extremely high. You know, over 90% of startups never make it. So I've been involved in a lot of startups because there are huge benefits to startups when they work. There are a lot of risks, but there are also huge benefits. So I'm a risk taker by nature. I think most entrepreneurs, you kind of have to be. And I don't mind taking the risk. And it doesn't make me happy when a company doesn't succeed and they close their doors. But I'm also okay with that because I know that's part of the risk taking, right? So there have been a variety of those. And in every case, the business didn't take off, or I learned after I really got involved that the compensation plan wasn't as good as it looked on paper. And when I've learned about compensation plans, I've spent hours and hours and hours studying compensation plans. And what I've found is that there's nothing, you can study compensation plans and you can have a really good feel for it, but until you actually start building the business and the money starts coming in or doesn't start coming in, you don't really see exactly how it's going to work in real life. So there have been times when the compensation plan looked good on paper, but in real life, it just didn't pay out very well and it didn't make sense for all the work I was putting into it, it didn't make sense when there were other things I could do and make more money with the same or less effort. So I have no problem saying, you know what? I like the people of this company. They're good people. The product is good, but the comp plan just doesn't make sense for me personally. Maybe it makes sense for somebody else, but for me personally, it doesn't make sense. So yes, there have definitely been flops, as you know, because you've been and you've experienced some of them yourself, right? And there have been other things that are startups that have had, fraud, unfortunately. Online fraud is a huge, huge, huge issue globally. Look, the banks get hacked, credit card companies get hacked. It happens all the time. So unfortunately, there are companies that have had issues with fraud, with members, users, distributors committing fraud, and that really takes down the company. So that's happened too. And it's, despite people's best efforts, it happens, sadly. So it's just, it's all part of business, right? And if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to have a thick skin and you have to be willing to pick yourself up, brush off the dust and, move forward. So the things that I'm focused on are things that I've come up with this mantra for myself, which is do no harm. So I am done with the old school ways of doing network marketing in particular, which is expensive auto ships where people have to pay, $75, $100, $125, $150 a month on products or services that they can't use. I've had cupboards full of vitamins and supplements and weight loss products that I just couldn't keep up with in my auto ships. And, that is so old school, and it's not where our economies are at these days. People are stretched thin. If your company can't stay in business based on the quality of the product without holding a gun to somebody's head, figuratively, and saying, you've got to buy this product or else. Look, Costco doesn't do that. All of us can go to Costco or whatever grocery store or whatever, drugstore, and none of them are saying, okay, you have to buy this much every single month. You don't walk into CVS or Shoppers Drug Mart and they say, okay, you can't shop unless you've bought, $100 every single month. You're going to have to go to another store if you didn't buy $100 last month. Hello, they stand on their own merit because they're selling products and providing a service. And shouldn't network marketing companies do that? I think so. So I'm done. I'm done with overpriced auto ships. Frankly, I don't even like auto ships, and I don't think we need to have them. I don't think we should have them. I think, our businesses, our products, our services, our support should merit people wanting to buy from us and join us. That's what I think. So that's one thing I'm done with. And the other thing is I don't want people to have to spend a lot of money to join either. So high fees, again, those days are gone. We're all stretched so thin. I was just looking at my electricity bill yesterday. I was like, what? You've got to be kidding me. Now I live in Arizona and we have solar panels on our roof. And even with the solar panels, my last invoice was over $200 from the electric company.
Mine was $856 last month.
Yeah.
Is that not insane?
That's even crazier. You get the price on that. That is insane.
Insane.
So prices and that was over $20 more than I paid a year ago in August. So, and I looked at the last 3 months, and each of the last 3 months was more than $20 a month over what I paid last year. So with those kinds of price increases, we're just all stretched so thin, and let's get rid of these things that have crazy, ridiculous fees and, auto ships. So I'm in what I call do no harm. So if someone, I'm fine with somebody having to pay $25 or, maybe $150 to join something one time for life. But if we're getting over $200 and something one time for life, I'm pretty dicey on that, right? But then the monthly fees, those monthly fees, in my opinion, like I love the things where the monthly fees are $10. $25, $30 is kind of my upper limit on monthly fees, but then you better have a really darn good comp plan so that I can make sure everyone that I'm bringing in can at least get that money back, whether it's through savings, because if you can get that money back in savings, that's great too, or in, the comp plan. But we know the statistics are so clear that the vast, vast, vast majority of people never make very much money at all, either in affiliate or network marketing. And I'm on a mission to change that. And I know that I can't make everyone do the work. I wish I could, I pour my heart and soul and guts into helping my team members. And even with everything I do, there are people that just won't do the work themselves. And you've got to, if you're going to be an entrepreneur and you actually want to make, whether it's $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month or $10,000 a month, any of those levels, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to do something, And so, okay, I know there are people that are they're afraid of their own shadow when it comes to being an entrepreneur, and they're not going to do it. And it's not because they're lazy. It's not because they don't want to. It's because they've got fears that are just holding them back and keeping them, stuck. So, okay, then let's say the fee is $9.95 a month to be a member of, whether it's an affiliate program or a network marketing program. And there are people that are just so stuck. Okay, so maybe they're not going to make that $10 a month in commissions, but then they better darn well be able to save at least that much money. Otherwise, it doesn't fall under the do no harm category for me. I want to make sure people are getting back more money than they put in every single month. And yeah, this is a new paradigm in the world of network marketing and affiliate marketing. These things have not existed previously, but they do now.
So what are some of the changes that you have seen in the way that the companies have transformed, and maybe give some examples, maybe a few companies that you find have been good at making that transformation? And also if you could kind of talk to some of the things that you have been doing, because I know you do a lot of this with helping people with their mindset and with helping them with maybe if they're overwhelmed with tech. I know that you've been phenomenal in sort of trying to lay the path and create a lot of the work so that they don't have to recreate it. So if you could kind of touch on a couple of those things.
Yeah. So I absolutely believe that the company you join does make a huge difference. And a lot of people have heard of LiveGood. Ben Glinsky, who's the founder and owner of LiveGood, whether you like him or don't like him, he has absolutely shifted the paradigm in the network marketing industry with a comp plan that he came out with a little over a year and a half ago now. And he has broken every record in terms of growing a network marketing business with well over 1 million distributors, 1 million members he reached the 1 million mark in just under a year, which is unheard of. That has never been done before in the history of network marketing. And why was he able to do that? Well, number one, it was only $40 one time for life to join, which is very reasonable, very affordable. And then $9.95 a month for a membership fee. And then you could buy health and wellness products, excellent quality health and wellness products at 50%, 75%, 65% below what you can find on Amazon, at GNC, or any retail outlet. And the beauty is he even has on the website, let's say for a protein powder, a LiveGood protein powder versus 2 or 3 other brand name protein powders, and he shows you the price of the other brands and his price and how much you're going to save. And it's huge. The savings are huge. So kudos to Ben Glinsky for shifting the paradigm around this, having a very reasonable entry fee and then such a reasonable monthly fee, and then creating products that are excellent at such low prices. So basically he's charging just a tiny bit over wholesale, over his costs, so that he can keep the prices down.
Well, as you say, really, that particular one, LiveGood, is really sort of set up on the Costco or Amazon Prime model, where you become a quote member,
Yep.
and then you get very good prices because you're a member. But you're, like you say, unlike traditional old style network marketing and affiliate companies where you had to be doing $150 a month on auto ship, this is like, if you want to use it, you use it. If you don't, you don't.
Exactly.
It is.
And you don't ever have to spend a dime, with LiveGood products if you don't want to. And you can still make money as an affiliate. So that's good. Now, I happen to think the products are great and they're so reasonably priced. So it's like, why wouldn't I buy them? So LiveGood was really kind of the first absolute blow the doors off of this whole paradigm of network marketing. And then there have been other companies that have come along and followed that model, which makes sense because it's done so well. So another company I love is Nexus Rewards, because there's no product, no physical product. All it is, same financial model in terms of $40 one time for life to buy in, and then $9.95 for a monthly fee. And all Nexus Rewards does is give people opportunities to save money. And I just got an email 2 days ago from somebody who was looking to lower his insurance, his car and homeowner's insurance. And I suggest checking out this one area in the back office of Nexus, because he is a Nexus member. And he got back to me and said, oh my gosh, thank you, Gloria. They gave me a quote that's just under $1,000 less a year. So let's think about this. You're paying $9.95 a month. Let's just up it and say it's $10. So that's $120 a year. Would you spend $120 a year to save just under $1,000?
Exactly.
And that's just one thing. That's just his car and homeowner's insurance. That's not even all. Like, I literally am saving, getting cash back, saving virtually every single day through all the various apps and different programs that are available through Nexus Rewards. I mean, people are saving on their Dish TV bills, on their cell phone bills, on their exterminator bills. We have a team member who saved over $250 buying tires for her car, pet insurance. I've got one guy who saved over $400 a year in his pet insurance from the exact same insurance company that he was already paying for. So, this totally, for me, falls under the do no harm. There's no way, if you actually take advantage of anything Nexus has to offer, there's no way you're not saving more than $9.95 a month. And the comp plan is amazing. And with all these things, well, not with all these things, but with Nexus, you can join for free as a free member and take advantage of some of the savings. You won't get that car insurance, homeowner's insurance, pet insurance, the $250 savings on tires for your truck. You won't get that with the free account, but you will get savings with some of the apps they have. So Nexus is one of the things I love. Another company that I absolutely love is GiveBucks, because it's the same idea. It totally is do no harm. Now, it's a little bit more expensive to join. It's $149.95 to join, which is pushing it for me. But I love the program so much that I was willing to go that far and recommend it to other people, because it is a savings app. Right now, it's only available in the US, but it's moving into Mexico probably before the end of the year, and then after that into Canada. So it's a savings app where there are over 200,000 locations, merchant locations and online stores where you use the app and you get cash back. And it's free to join as a customer, free. And not only do you get cash back on your own purchases, but you can get cash back 3 levels deep. So I had somebody send me an email just today, said, have you heard of Shopping Boss? And how does that compare to GiveBucks? And I said, well, I actually have heard of Shopping Boss, and I use Shopping Boss. And, with Shopping Boss, the discounts you get vary depending upon what the offer is, what the store is, everything else. Same way with GiveBucks. But with Shopping Boss, I said, you're going to get up to 5% maybe cash back on your own purchases. So what would you rather have? Up to 5% cash back on your own purchases, or cash back on your own purchases plus cash back on 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 or more people's purchases? Because as a free member, if I refer you, Mitzy, I'm going to get cash back on your purchases. And let's say you refer Sharmin, I'm going to get cash back on her purchases, and you're going to get cash back on her purchases, and Sharmin's going to get cash back on her purchases. So, and that's going to happen 3 levels deep as a free customer. And it gets even better because every single time you use the app to pay for your purchases, and it's things you're already buying, whether you're going to CVS or buying gas for your car or going to some grocery stores, things like that. And obviously tons of restaurants, big chain restaurants, tons of restaurants and other big, like Walmart and Home Depot, things like that, Lowe's. So, these are brand names that we've all heard of. So you can get cash back every time you shop at those. And this is the piece I really, really, really love. You cannot be a member of GiveBucks and use the app without choosing a charity of your choice for a donation to go to every single time you buy something with your app. And it doesn't come out of your pocket. So that's why it's called GiveBucks, GiveBucks, because you're giving money back. You have to choose a nonprofit, a charity that you want to give back to. So it's like, to me, yeah, Shopping Boss, but GiveBucks has so much more. And again, to me, it's a do no harm, because if you use it, now you have to use all these things, right? If you just pay for them but you never use them, well then, yeah, it's going to cost you money. But if you use GiveBucks, if you tell people about it, just as a free member, just go get other free members, you're going to get lots of money back, and you're going to be giving to charity. And you can sign up your own favorite charity. That's another cool thing. So if your favorite charity, let's say you have a church or a synagogue or a woman's shelter or an animal shelter or, whatever it is that's near and dear to your heart, well, you can get them signed up on GiveBucks, and it's super easy, and it's free for the nonprofit to sign up, so let's take the example of a church or a synagogue. You get them signed up, and then all the people that go to the church or the synagogue sign up for free, and that church or synagogue is going to earn money 7 levels deep every time a member goes out and pays for their gas, pays for their groceries, pays for their family dinner out. The church or the synagogue is going to get a donation without it coming from that member's pocket.
And what I'm hearing here, and what we're seeing with all of these, right, is the world economy is transforming, and it is making changes. And there's always been, you see a good movie and you refer somebody to it. But with social media and with just how media is there all the time, now what is happening is the world is changing, in the way in which people are going to be getting compensated is by, as you said, having multiple side hustles. I mean, AI is coming into, and it's going to be affecting a lot of jobs, and it's going to be taking a job that took somebody 5 hours down to taking them 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
So the world is going through this massive transformation, and these types of network and affiliate marketing programs that you're talking about are really latching on to and helping people make that transformation and create those additional streams of income, so that as these other changes are occurring, they're going to be able to weather the storm and flourish. One of the other ones that I know that we mentioned, and this is very top and center is Ruby AI,
Yeah.
which is in the AI space, which obviously is sort of, coming about as well. And again, allowing people the opportunity to get in on the ground floor of AI and start to be not only utilizing it to build their own businesses, but utilizing it to generate a revenue stream for themselves. Can you maybe talk a little bit about Ruby AI as one? And then Sharmin, I'm sure you have a ton of questions.
Yeah, so I love Ruby AI and I use it, I would say, virtually every day, whether I'm writing an email to my list or creating a script for a TikTok video or a script for a YouTube video or a post for Facebook or an article for LinkedIn or a blog post. I'm using Ruby AI all the time and it is so crazy, insanely powerful. I've just created some total AI videos for TikTok. So, I asked Ruby AI to create a ninja warrior shopper, for example, who's out shopping and saving money. And it did. It was like, wow, So I'm using Ruby AI all the time. And one of the things I love about Ruby AI is that when I compare it to other AI platforms, of which there are many, many, many out there, and I don't profess to know all of them, but you can start with as little as membership for $20 a month, and you can do all this stuff. And a lot of the other things that I've seen that are AI platforms are, $49 a month might be their least expensive package. I love the fact that you get all the power in Ruby AI for just $20 a month. Yes, there are more expensive packages, but at least it's a place to start. And then you can, see if you like it and if you're really going to use it, because I don't want people to spend money for stuff that they're not going to use. So you can start with $20 a month, see if you like it, see if you're actually going to use it, and then you can always upgrade if you need to. So it's so affordable and, at a price point that really is incredible. And of course there's a referral program. So I think it pays 7 levels deep on the referral program. I don't have it all memorized. But you can earn money as well when you share Ruby AI with people. But I'm using it all the time and I absolutely positively love it. And every day it feels like I think of something else to ask it to write. So just a couple of days ago, I got the idea to ask it to write a TikTok video script for me that was 5 to 7 seconds long about being a ninja saver, earner, and being a ninja who saves, earns, and gives back. And it wrote this great script, and it even gave me examples of what should be going on in the video. So, show a ninja warrior doing this, show a ninja warrior doing that. And it was like, oh my gosh, that's bang on. And it took me however long it took me to type in, create a 5 to 7 second TikTok script for being a ninja shopper, saver, earner, and somebody who gives back. Like that was it. And I hit enter and wow. Then I went and created that ninja video using Ruby AI's AI video by putting in the prompts that Ruby AI gave me. And then it created video. It's like, this is crazy. It's great. So if you're not using any kind of AI, you're missing the boat, because it's such a huge, 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 massive time saver. So, and it can create stuff that, my brain isn't that creative to come up with that. So it's like, wow, that's impressive.
Thank you so much, Gloria. I wanted to go back to something that you said in the beginning in your intro. I did think that there are benefits to startup. And what are some of those benefits? Because we may have a listener who may be planning to start up, and of course, the fear of failure is there. And maybe sharing the benefits of startup can be an encouragement to them.
Yeah. So in this case, I've started my own business from scratch. I started my matchmaking business when Mitzy and I originally met from scratch, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about joining a startup network or affiliate company. So the benefits to that is you get in early. So most people have probably heard of Amway, right? It's been around for over 45 years because that's where I first started in Amway 45 years ago. And the thing is now that is so saturated. It is so difficult to get somebody involved in Amway because it's been around forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But when something brand new like Ruby AI or GiveBucks comes out and it's a new concept, and there's nobody involved yet, it's so much easier to get people on board because nobody's heard of it. You don't have to worry about, oh yeah, well, Mitzy already heard of it, Sharmin already heard of it, Tom already heard of it, Ann already heard of it, blah, blah, blah. So there are definitely benefits to startups, and also with compensation plans, depending upon the compensation plan. If you're in a binary or you've got something that's a matrix, the sooner you get in, the more people you're going to have underneath you. And it's just a fact of life, the more money you're likely to make if you get in early on. So there are lots and lots of benefits to startups. The downside is there are lots of risks, because we don't have any guarantees. Well, we don't have any guarantees in anything, right? Because it was just a month or so ago that Rodan and Fields, which is a legacy company, which has been around for well over 20 years. I don't know exactly how long, but, an excellent, well-known brand of skincare. Financial difficulties changed everything. No longer a network marketing company. They went to a 2-tier affiliate program, and it hurt a whole ton of people that were making their living. And now they're not, because the company changed their comp plan. So there are no guarantees, but the risks are even higher with startups. So, I heard somebody say recently that you should be in a company when it's 5 years old. I'm not sure I agree with that, but that was their point of view. And I do agree that with 5 years under your belt, that the company probably is in pretty good shape, and they're not a legacy company, so they're not so hard like an Amway or an Herbalife or even Rodan and Fields that have been around forever and everybody knows the name and they have all kinds of preconceived notions about them. But personally, I'm not somebody who's going to wait around 5 years and say, no, I'm not joining that company until it's 5 years old because I want to see, if it's going to survive or not. Because then you've lost a lot of that first mover advantage.
Thank you so much, Gloria. And for persons who don't know the difference between network marketing and affiliate marketing, can you differentiate the two for us?
Yeah, well, the lines have gotten really, really, really blurry. However, from a legal point of view, once you're paying past 2 levels of referral fees, you're no longer, this is US, the FTC, you're no longer an affiliate company. So once you're paying more than 2 levels, you're now moving into the network marketing world. Really, these days, there's hardly any difference in terms of the way you approach things, but legally, there's a difference. And it's kind of crazy that network marketing has some taboos around it and some misconceived notions and some conceptions about, it's one of those pyramid scams or something. It's not at all. It just pays 7 levels deep instead of 2 levels deep. Personally, I have a combination of both network and affiliate marketing. And again, it's all about diversifying. And I think that's a good thing to do. However, one of the things I really, really, really look for is passive income when you can get it. And you can't always get it, but that's okay. But definitely residual income. So there are lots of good affiliate products out there, good affiliate companies out there. But if they don't have something where I can sell once and get paid month after month after month after month, I'm not interested. If I have to keep selling a product or a program, if I have to keep finding new people every single month to sell this to, because if I don't find new people to sell the program to, let's say there's a program on how to make amazing videos on YouTube. or how to create, how to be a Facebook guru or something like that, and people buy it once and that's it. You get paid a commission on that one-time purchase, but then there's no residual income. Well, I'm not interested in that because that is a lot of work. So I would rather sell you on a program, let's say Ruby AI, for example, where I sell you on a program one time that you're going to pay for month after month after month after month, and I'm going to get a residual income check month after month. It's way, 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 way less work.
Well, and it's so important now because, as you mentioned, what used to happen is somebody would go to a company, they'd work there for life, they'd retire, they'd have a pension. That does not exist anymore. So if you can find and create multiple income streams that are going to be building over time and give you that steady income, because if somebody is, for example, I use LastPass for my passwords. I'm not going to get rid of it because I got so many passwords in there that I now need it. I rely on it. Canva has, jumped up their prices enormous coming up. But when you've got 5,000 designs in there and you're using it all the time and everybody's sharing with you, you're not likely to get rid of it.
Yeah.
If you're using Ruby AI for all of your AI creation, you're likely to keep it. If you're saving a ton of money on your prescriptions with LiveGood, you're likely to continue using it. So that was one of the things that, appealed to me, was that we have to, as individuals now, find ways to create our own personal pensions because no one's doing it for us.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Totally, 1,000%. And the other thing I get some pushback on sometimes is this whole idea of multiple streams of income. And people say, Gloria, why are you doing so many things? You just keep jumping from one thing to the next. Well, if you pay attention, I'm not really jumping from one thing to the next because I think what I'm doing is I'm selling more flavors of ice cream. So not that I have any personal experience with this, I want to be really clear, but I do happen to know that Haagen-Dazs and Ben & Jerry's and, come out with new flavors of ice cream. Why did they do that? Because we all know it is so much easier to sell more to an existing customer than it is to get a new customer. So one of the things I'm doing is I am very much aware that LiveGood, for example, might not be for everyone. That's fine because I've got Nexus Rewards and GiveBucks, right? So maybe LiveGood isn't your thing, but maybe you love this concept of GiveBucks. Great. I didn't get you for LiveGood, but I got you for GiveBucks. And now you've signed up and you're with me in GiveBucks. Well, I want to show you how to do something else that's very similar, and the two go together so well, and you can double dip and triple dip and quadruple dip. And I just did a video where I showed people how to save 8 different ways on their groceries between Nexus Rewards and GiveBucks, and a couple other little tips in there. 8 different ways with apps. So, if you're somebody who obviously loves to save money because you've joined GiveBucks and you love the concept of getting cash back and earning residual income and giving back, well, then you're probably going to be someone who also loves the idea of Nexus Rewards, where you're going to save on car insurance and pet insurance and, all kinds of other things. Plus, you can double dip with the things you're already saving in with GiveBucks. So I have absolutely found that it is so much easier to offer more to my existing clients and customers than it is to try to go find a new customer. So I'm coming up with new flavors of ice cream. That's all.
It's a great way. It's a great way to put it because everybody likes to try new flavors of ice cream.
Exactly, right?
As we're wrapping up here, maybe what are some of the things that you would caution people against, and also what are some of the things that maybe you found have held people back and what they could do to overcome whatever those obstacles are?
Yeah, so number one, I would caution people against anything that has an entry free fee, of, $500, $1,000 or whatever. That to me is just sheer insanity. Like, don't go down that road. Those days are gone. And also the crazy expensive auto ships. No, not doing that. I just think our products and services should stand on merit. And if your products aren't good enough for people to want to buy them over and over again, then you know what? You shouldn't be holding a gun to their head saying you've got to. So those are two big things. The other thing for me that is really important is to get to know the owner of the company. Now, I'm in a fortunate position, and I recognize that not everybody's going to be able to get the owner of a company on a call. But I will not join a company until I've spoken to the owner or the CEO/president of the company, because I want to know who's in charge. I want to get a sense of their ethics, their values, their morals, what motivates them, what makes them tick. So, and again, there's no way an owner of a company could talk to every single person who might want to join. But I'm fortunate that I'm in that position. So I try to share with people interviews I've done with the owners of the companies or the presidents, CEOs, whatever. So I think you do need to look at who's running the ship. So those are the things I would caution about. And then, boy, Mitzi, this last question is so tough, the things that hold people back, because there's so much personal growth that needs to be done to get yourself out of those comfort zones. And it's easier for some people than it is for others. To me, the whole energy work is so important, just like Sharmin did when she started us off with that breathing exercise and really grounding yourself. You just have to pay attention to that mini mind that's taking you out, saying, oh no, I can't do a video because I'm too old. I don't have, my teeth don't look good, or, I'm overweight or whatever. It doesn't matter. What people want from you is your energy. That's what they want. So honestly, it doesn't matter what you look like. What matters is, are you coming from your heart? Do you care? Do you have passion? Do you have values? Are you going to help someone? Are you going to hold their hands? Are you going to do everything you can for a new team member? That's what matters. So, and it takes a lot of self-development, of really looking inward and being willing to do the work. And that's the toughest work we've got to do. That is the single toughest thing we've got to do as entrepreneurs. And unfortunately, so many people won't do it.
Yeah, and because we all come with head crap from everything that's gone in our life. And probably from some lives before.
Yeah, 1,000%. Every single one of us. So, yeah, that's the thing that holds people back. It's, everybody says it's 6 inches, between their ears. And it's true. It's totally true. Because I see people on my teams, and I honestly believe with every fiber in my being, there's not one single person on my teams. And I've, the biggest team I had was a little over 162,000 people, which I built in about 8 months. And, obviously I didn't get to know all 162,000 people personally, but, I see so many people that are wonderful, amazing, heart-centered people that care, that want to help, and they're stuck. And it pains me. But they've got to do the work to get out of that stuck place, to get out of that place of fear. It's always fear that's holding people back, always. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of fill in the blank. But it's always fear.
Thank you so much, Gloria, for joining us. As you mentioned, we've known each other a long time, and I have seen how you weathered your own personal storm and came back stronger, feistier, more determined, and also coming back wanting to lift others up and bring them with you. And I think that's, right from the very first time we met each other, that was something that I saw was in there. And, as over the years, I've just seen it more and more. And I thank you very much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to be with us. And I know that you've helped spark some thought into people about overcoming some of their fears and finding a way to transform their lives and hopefully create a few multiple streams of income.
Yeah. Thank you so much to both of you. It's been absolutely my pleasure and honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Transforming Lives Panel Podcast. We hope that you received some nuggets of wisdom and seeds to plant along your journey of transformation. If you enjoyed what you heard today, we encourage you to let us know and to share us with those that matter in your life. If you would like to connect with anyone from the panel or our guest speaker, you can find all of the ways to connect in our show notes. We have so much gratitude for you, and we are so thankful to be a part of your day. Until next time, take great care.